So the Chiefs get Xavier Worthy because the Bills do a trade with the Chiefs and allow them to do it. And that's the team that the Bills are trying to get by, and they're making it easier for the Chiefs at a time when the Bills have needs at the same position. So Brandon Beane, general manager of the Buffalo Bills, addressed this question. When you did the trade that allowed the Chiefs to spring up to 28 to get Xavier Worthy, did they tell you who they would be drafting? Here is what Beane had to say.
Did you get any assurance from them as to who they were going to pick before you agreed to make that move?
Kansas City? No. Because like I said, even if we could have traded with someone else, Jay, and they take somebody, like we had other opportunities, the best deal, I would say that was the best deal for us. Take the team out of it. That was the best deal that we thought that fit what we wanted to do. And the way you have to look at it, I mean, we talked to teams in our division about the trade. You know what I'm saying? It's really, to me, what's the best deal for the Bills? If we don't do a deal, in this case with Kansas City, they can go do a deal with the next team. That
they would get whoever they wanted anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I could see them taking a receiver, but, you don't truly know. I mean, no one there said, hey, we'll take, this player or whatever. But, I think you would do that maybe if – Jay, if you're moving one pick back or something like that, then maybe you'd say, if you got two guys and you want to make sure who you picking or something like that. But where they were moving from, I don't think it mattered to us who they were picking.
And obviously the Bills knew who they wanted, and they thought they could get him. Keon Coleman was the guy, apparently, and they were able to get him by trading back. They guessed right. I feel like teams never take into account who they're doing these trades with, and fans think they should. I just think it's a dangerous path to go down. There's only so many things you can really juggle when you're trying to deal with the draft. You've got your board, you've got your strategy. How do we get the guys we want? It's hard enough to get the guys we want to try to engineer this thing to keep our rivals from getting the guys they want. We just got to focus on getting the guys we want. And I feel like that's the mindset, that it's just one too many balls into your effort. I can juggle 3, don't give me 4, and please don't give me 5. This is the one where you just can't add in that extra ball.
No, and again, you got to do what's best for you. You can't worry about it's this team, and we've lost some playoff games for them. Ultimately, right? I mean, there's one reason this is even a big talking conversation or a talking point. Bills fans are scarred by the fact that they traded away that pick and the Chiefs acquired Patrick Mahomes, 7 years ago. That's the precipice of this whole conversation, right? Let alone they're the AFC rivals and they lose to them and all that. And then now they needed a receiver, and because Xavier Worthy ran the fastest 40 time in the history of the combine, everybody goes, well, the Bills must have wanted that guy. I mean, damn, they let him jump him, and no, that's not the case. They didn't want Xavier Worthy. They were willing to let that be, and again, whether they had Keon Coleman solely in their sights, or maybe they had 3 other guys with the same exact grade, and Xavier Leggett, maybe a Keon Coleman, the Jalen Polk, maybe the Adonai Mitchell, all of those guys were viewed in that area. So they were like, wait, we're going to get a good receiver. And what I would say to it, too, is I don't think Xavier Worthy is their cup of tea, right? First off, when you look at the Bills roster, they have that type of player, right? They got a Curtis Samuel and a Khalil Shakir that are the smaller, faster type of receivers, right? So I think they look at that and go, wait, they want a different type there, a different wide receiver body type. And that's where Keon Coleman is different. So we got some smaller jitterbug fast guys, and now we got a guy that jump ball, one-on-ones, back shoulders, and he's an incredible route runner. It's a nice complement to everything they have. Let alone we know those 2 tight ends are going to be on the field. And you add Keon Coleman to that group, and you go, damn, that's a big receiver with 2 big tight ends on the field. And all of a sudden you look at the Bills and go, holy crap, they're big on offense. So I think it's their vision of their team is different than what the Chiefs' vision for their team is, and that's why it's beauty in the eye of the beholder a little bit with the wide receiver.
And look, it meshes with the things that Brandon Beane said about having a number 1 receiver before the draft. Different guys have different skills, and that's what it's about.
Yeah,
and that's what they're trying to put together, layering in the different things that guys can do. The jump ball, the 50-50 ball, the run after the catch, the little fast guy that's going to get open deep down the field, and you put it all together, and you've got an offense that Josh Allen can orchestrate. By the way, I was so impressed by the fact that you rattled off the term precipice. I didn't bother to fully scrutinize whether it was the right word for the point you were trying to make, but it was such a good, precipice, man. You pulled precipice out of the bag.
I did.
But I think we need to go back and scrutinize the tape. I don't think it's the word you meant, and if you did mean it, I don't think that it really fit there. But the word itself and hearing you say it was so impressive that I'll let the rest of it
I
go.
appreciate it. Thanks a lot. Thanks for letting that one go
Precipice.
by. I do. But yeah, hey, the receiver position, what how you're explaining it too, you can go one of two ways, right? You can go, hey, we're going to have a lot of the same guys, and you don't know, they're interchangeable, and you don't know who we're going to feed and do all of that. And that kind of seems what Kansas City might be doing a little bit, right? Like it's Tony, it's Sky Moore, it's Xavier Worthy, and it's Hollywood Brown. They're all these fast jitterbug guys, and you don't know who we're going to do in this situation, all that. That's great. But there's the other side of that where, hey, I got a variety of guys to what you're saying. And, hey, in this situation, it's 3rd and 7. Damn, this team plays man-to-man. We might not be able to separate or get open. I need to be able to throw to a guy that can box somebody out and catch a tough football like that, where maybe the Chiefs guys won't be so good at that. Now the Bills go, wait, we got a guy on 3rd and 7. We can do that. So it's kind of how teams kind of look at that position, how they want to run their offense. And I think the Bills, from all due accounts here, are going to go a little bit. The all-line was better. They ran the ball better last year, right? They got these tight ends. They got that receiver. I think it looks like they're about to take the big approach and kind of just overwhelm people that way with like one speed guy on the field at receiver.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.